अब एक इसका बता नहीं चल जाएगा, ठीक है। देख ली क्लास पक्का एक यूनिवर्सल में खांसी का इंग्लिश में क्या कहते हैं। तो my mission was to start, but between that I bad habit means leave something between and influence step. I think not showing, not showing, yeah. Showing, not showing. Hello. 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 Yes. Yes. Let's start. Yes. Let's start. Yes. Let's start. Hello, everybody. My screen is, I do not know about, but I click, I click it. It is share screen. Second time I do this, and this screen sharing problem is solved. Right? Yes. So let's start screen sharing. स्टार्ट हो चुकी है तो मैं सो आई टॉकिंग अबाउट टॉपिक ऑफ स्टार्टिंग जर्नी ऑफ डीएसए ठीक है सो आई डिस्कस अबाउट हाउ आई स्टार्ट माय जर्नी आई आई टोल्ड यू बिफोर I complete my DSA journey in my first semester. So I currently study in PSIT Kanpur. So I make a promise I must complete my DSA journey in first semester. So let's I start how I start my DSA journey. Firstly, I study from PW videos. Firstly, I study from Apna College. Their playlist is of around some videos. complete videos of the day Java DSA preparation, but their length is very short, so I cannot understand in very hard questions. So I decided to move further video lecture. I go to PW skill where a playlist is not complete. Only the studies till the hash map backtracking. Right. Further backtracking topics are not covered in this playlist, in PW's playlist. In Apna college, everything is complete, but in a very short. So I cannot understand because I am a beginner, so I cannot understand it. Usually, no. But I start PW skills from I can easily understand because they teach detail, but their playlist is not complete. I also warn you. Then I practice. Then I do not practice in and in any platform. I only saw like homework what they teach us. We practice that answer questions and do that coding that they teach. But after I realized that okay, we must need to practice questions, because if we not practice questions, then we do not solve that. We do not ever that questions which are we must solve in interviews. So if you do not do practice from myself, from my friend, so if we not practice by myself with lead code, with the platform of lead code, hacker rank, hacker earth, with lots of platform to code. But I decided how I know about that discussions is important, discussion is uh, very all. I know there's acceptance rate. There's how many people completed these questions. We can easily get light idea about that question is good or not good. But I reached a playlist of Apna College where they give me a lot of some man initially we are talking we are called गूगल से हैंग बोलते थे बट आफ्टर दैट चेंजिंग ऑफ अ फेसबुक नेम एज अ मेटा company, right? So these questions are came in previous interviews of the man companies. uh, these questions you can usually see companies ABC, Amazon, Cisco, Hike, Microsoft, Snapdeal, VMware, Google Adobe. These questions are asked in previous companies. So I decided to solve these questions by this. we get we get lots of questions with the guidance of Apna College, because it's give me some these collections of questions give me some precise questions and also valuable, very strong. To solve this playlist in my first semester, I must complete it. uh, if we complete 5 questions, is there two? Then we can complete 2.5 months. We can easily complete my DSA preparation, but it is not. But it is not always perfectly 5 questions each day, because my college time is 9 to 5, and after that 9 to 5, you also know we I do not feel I do not feel uncomfortable after 5, because I also flexible. I do not feel lazy after 5, but something time is very less, because I does not easily make a timetable, make not filed. I did not properly follow my timetable. But after my decision, I must follow my timetable, because it's very compulsory for us to follow timetable. But it is not compulsory to follow timetable. It is then wake up early and then solve DSA problems. I think is there lots of timetable, but it's form tricky because you go college every day, so your routine is always become your mess have 3 time, subah, morning time fixed, evening time fixed, and afternoon time it's also fixed. So do not thought about it, miss. Do not thought about study 9 to 5 college study, and after you only do 5 questions of days, but 5 questions of days takes lots of time. I solve only one questions in after the 9 to 5 time of the um, time of the 9 to 5 time of the college, right? Because because after when I came on home complete my lots of, but I initially thought about that I can complete, but in college timing I know it's a very difficult task to complete lots of DSA questions at home, because distracted we easily get a talk, and because it's a three time they are all every members in, but further future members of also it came together, but but tomorrow we are live or not live, it's not a 100% guarantee. So I well I enjoy a life with my family members. I realize that it is must compulsory to complete your task, because at the end of your life, it is a very compulsory to earn money and also manage your life, and also do meditation too for your mental health, because by doing meditation you never feel a loneliness. If you live alone, then also you will happy. After my before I do meditation, before meditation before meditation before I started my meditation, I live my life not happy, means in my phase they're not they're very difficult to came up smile. It's become a very smiley in small talks. My my face uh, have a smile. So so I started my DSA preparation. Come on, talk on that topic, because meditation is very compulsory. Uh, it's also very thoughtless. But for our mental health, it's a meditation is very compulsory, and exercise also compulsory. But I cannot able to do exercise. But I I do I do I do totally I do totally I totally I totally I totally I do not recall word. I totally I I I prefer that I must do exercise, but I not when these things. I also feel bloating. I must need to do exercise. Uh, in my college I must do after fresher party, because of before fresher party they are not allowed to move in campus, but we move in campus. But sometime when we do good things, then we have an excuse about that. But uh, we have excuse about that these things, good things that need our mental attention. uh, I feel we feel about, but meditation it is a, because I times, but I do meditations very before when I do meditation very long time. So meditation is a very normal for me to doing, but exercise is very tough task for me. But I make a easy to do tax and to do that task. But uh, I totally प्रयास को क्या बोलते हैं टोटली I totally put effort size, uh, but it's also so, but time is very limited for me, 9 to 5. Then I 5 6 7 8 9 I get 4 hours, because 10 a.m. I sleep, because I want to sleep. The period of time I sleep 12 in a campus here. I but but I want to sleep only 6 hours, not more than 6 hours. 6 hours is a comfortable 6 hour or 5 6 hours. It's a very comfortable zone for sleeping. More than you sleep 7 hours. If you sleep if you sleep after the day, after the sunrises, I mean, sleep after the sunrises between 2 hour after 2 hours. If you wake up after 2 hours of sunrises, then your headache is start. It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. So I decided me before before sunrise. I prefer 3 a.m. But I wake up. I wake up, but I sleep. But I make my decision that I must wake up at 3:45, and I do lots of. I must wake up at 3:45. It's my decision. I must sleep at 10 p.m. because it's very compulsory for me to sleep because I want to wake up at 3:45 because you need to do exercise, you need to do meditation, you study. Also, you need to bath. It's compulsory also. Every single minute is a very precious for us. Every single minute, right? So I started my DSA, maximum minimum element. I do firstly it's take a firstly when I start my DSA preparation, it's very hard. It's very hard that right. It's a very hard for people to do that. But but if I do not do, then our our journey would also came to. I so take a minute. Oh my God, 90% daily data quota used as on. Uh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry. Percent quota is used within a single minute within within a 45 minutes, but I carry on my so time is very it's come up very nice. So I completed about minimum array. I completed my completed my maximum subarray cost distribution, searching less time to buy, sell stock, repeat and missing array, kth element, largest trapping rainwater product of arrays itself. It's also done by me. Maximum product array. I stuck on that. I stuck on that. I need to complete it today. I must complete it today because it's in a Diwali in 31 no, in 31 October. At this time, my budget uh, today is Diwali. At that time, I earned maximum for I totally uh, sleepy when I saw it because uh, before Diwali, before one day, 30th November. Today is 1 November. 13th October. Maximum pro surprise is my last question. When I saw it night at 11 p.m. 11:23. Right. I make full, I make full, I make full my effort to solve, but it's not solved. And then I put it into my. but it's also not solved. But I today I could not solve it. I decided that I complete my law. Yeah, I complete my. I complete. I print all duplicates and stuff. Now, complete, it's completed easy. It's a very hard to complete my this because it's also lots of things. I thought I must complete, but it's not a become possible. But I have two, three, four. I have timing about it 2, 3, 4. I have 3 days. In 3 days, if I put my all effort, then I must complete this thing. Then I must complete this. Put your all effort to complete this. No, that it if it not completed, then it's come. But then it's good. But if you not do your effort, if you not give your full 100% to solve these questions, it is not a it is not a good. It is not a good way of it's not a good attitude towards your journey of life. Your efforts, your attitude towards your journey life. I do my best. I do my best. I use my time properly in my life. This is my dedication because after your life is ended, what is important? Nothing is important remaining of life. Meditation is very important also because it's work beyond the life. You also know about beyond the life. It works. So life live as a dedicated life को you need to live life as a dedication. Every single minute it is used to make yourself strong. Every single minute make yourself strong. But it's also make also relations because it's also a good for you. But I also say relationship is not go with your death. No, it's not go with yours. It is not with you when you did. Thing is, even only one thing is with you. That only one thing with you. Only one thing with you. Only you. Nothing is after that. Right. So I started things. I decided my before sleep. Before sleep, I thought 10 p.m. I sleep, but it's totally I totally difficult for me to sleep 10 p.m. Because 8:27, 8:27, it is mostly very less amount of time, just all of time. Because 8:30 हो चुका है, yeah, 8:30 is complete. Then you have 1.5 hour to wake up, 1.5 hour to sleep, to to wake. You can't just you sleep because you say 10 p.m. I want. So you have time for only one question more products maximum of products of like except except max find minimum and rotated sorted array. It is you can easily solve it, right? I must solve it, right? Previously I solved these questions, right? Find pair with the sums in sorted array. So let's solve. In my hostel I solved it with this, but I solved it with this, right? In my hostel, I solved it with this, but in present time, I cannot able to solve because my data is totally gone with data live streaming. But in my hostel, LAN is available, so I use a LAN to to do live streaming because it's a 4 GB and we cannot easily do use a 4 GB data. I have also 1.5 GB so I have lots of MB because my friends also have a 5G Wi-Fi. So it's also a very great thing for me. So my friends also have. So my friends don't also have with 100 km. It's a lift, which is a lift as simple, right? So I decided to leave my. I want to know one what I saw it today. Uh, Maximum product summary, right? Here, you must see how I solve it, right? If I do not able to, if I do not able to solve it questions, what I do, you must also see it. Because when you're not able to solve questions, how can you solve? How can you know that questions answer? How can you tackle that problem to solve these questions? You must know. I make a this layer of code by the I take a run and then I get a error. So I use these statics and solve it as that, but is not able to solve it because their logic is different is using in that question. In that question, logic is different and logic is same. I also solve with that logic, but their logic uh, is also same, but their way of writing coding is different. Logic is same, but way of writing a code is different. So it's do not give it. It's every test cases passes, but there's a logic same, but way of writing code is also different. It also matter. The logic same, but way of write a code because you are not a master. You have a different way of writing because I saw in my when I submit, then I saw there are lots of questions are better of me. But their logic is very great. They are solving with a different logic. Logic, he used logic in a different way. Logic is the same. Every person have the same logic, but they use that logic in different ways, so it take a less memory, less time to run. They did not use these types of way to solve questions. They use different way to solve questions. It when I when I see that level of questions, I feel they must do these questions by own because their way of doing is very different. Way of doing questions is very different. It's seen as like uh, different and very different. How can people thought at this level? It's totally. I I extremely surprised when I saw. I make this level of code. It does not contain any hard level of thing, but way of writing was different. आपको एक जम्पर वर्ड दिया जाएगा, आपको उसको एक अरेंज करना है अरेंजिंग ऑर्डर में. तो वही है. इफ और कौन नहीं जानता, एवरीबडी नो. इफ एल्स फॉर everybody know, but when they give a question, then use these way. When you what is I when I saw this solution, so it also use a if else for nothing. They other use max min find or use if for nothing. They are used differently, but way of arranging these is different. So yeah, everything is aware how you arrange items, then it give a different element. As that how you arrange words of coding, it's also different, right? These things is very great in my life. Attempted, it's so attempted, but it is not solved. Here, 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 attempted solved like so when I completed submit tick, but I attempted, I submitted, but it gave error. That session just so attempted. It's also triangle, but if I do not able to solve discussion, how I solve it, I make a copy, right? I make copy with controls, and then I go to a new tab where I search it. It's give a lots of different message, lots of different method, right? These type of method it give you some maximum correct summary. This question give an integer array, the task an array. आपको मैक्सिमम प्रॉब्लम ये है एक सम ऑफ अरे मैक्सिमम पर एक क्वेश्चन था, इसी को मैंने सॉल्व किया. It's a very easy because this is a zero minus one. This is a very simple answer one and two, but in multiplication zero matters. It's make zero everything, and then after it's also multiply with that zero becomes zeros, right? I need to replace zero as a some element, so I multiply the values remain. So zero as a when I multiply zero become one, but after we making one, it's if every elements are negative, if every elements are negative, it's not a way of saying if negative elements is happening minus 2 0 then minus 1, what you decided is a maximum of that 0. But if I use uh, if I use a 1 as a replacing of 0, it will also it's affect the values of maximum you also see. But how you evaluate the maximum value is a 0? It's not a one. I can easily take a condition, but it hamper another condition. You also I use these tactics to solve, but it's hamper other conditions. These case is able to pass, but another test case is not able to pass. This is a case is happening. I totally get confused about that question, so I decided to go to solutions. When I go to solutions, I get a lots of matter native approach. जो बच्चे छोटे बच्चे we are small kids, so solving these are DSA. So native we have a new approach. छोटे बच्चों के लिए small for a small peoples, they do not know about lots of things. They by using by two nested loops, टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी नेस्टेड लूप की एन स्क्वायर होते हैं, यू आल्सो नो, और स्पेस वन ही है, इसका स्पेस नहीं यूज किया जा रहा है। तो सो द आइडिया इज टू ट्रैवर्स ओवर एवरी equals subarray, find the product of each of these subarray and return the maximum product among all subarray. It questions is this type of doing is very easy, but n square type complexity is not my. It's a very easy, but it's also typical. You not understand. You must need to understand this way is easy, but it is not so easy. You can understand. If you can see one approach is expected approach. हम लोग को जो है approach लगानी चाहिए. We need to apply these questions because it contain a lots of maturity that questions uh, people know about that this maturity level, so about that, right? We need to use these things of this, you need to use these things. 32 minutes I do a live stream, I think contain a lots of maturity that questions people know about that this maturity level, so about that, right? We need to use these things of this, you need to. This is a very simple answer one and two, but in multiplication zero matters. It's like zero everything, and then after it's also multiply with that the zero becomes zeros, right? I then if you're not able to solve, if you not if you right, okay. पता तुम सामने ही मत आया कहूँ नहीं है नहीं कहूँ आगे आया ना अवन तक आ जा रहा आगे थोड़ी गया right. So you can see they also teach you as a max effort if you give a video. I see first time I see lots of time, but I do not see it. I lots of time I able thought I able to get so much knowledge about that these things, but it is so difficult to understand these level of questions. So you need to go for a videos, right? Then you need to go for videos. Firstly, I say you that how can you go for videos if you don't understand this? So you can also you use it if you do not able to understand go YouTube, go in YouTube, right? Go in YouTube, go in YouTube, go in YouTube, and then go in YouTube, and then also you need to copy it and searching for it, right? Maximum summary. There are lots of people teach you about it. Lots of people are there who teach you that things of the there that things. There are lots of people there who teach you, right? Every there are options is every there are option. There is often lots of there are lots of option. There are lots of option. You can go further, right? Yes, yes, I can understand what they are saying, right? There are lots of option. There are lots of option. You have it's an right. You have every content, but you use social media, use internet so very wisely. Then you able to solve it very easily. My data is totally 50% message is also the one repeated time since, right? Can we solve it questions, right? Solve it. Data khatam, data is ending, then I leave class. If data is not ending, I forward my classes, right? So my laptop is so much heated, you also know laptop is so much heated, but I saw it. Static long max product. There's a they use static long. I do not able to say why they are using static long. You also not understand. Static long product. What is the meaning of long? Long int is not using as a long. He uses a long because product is also very big, so that they use a long as a variable which help us to make a increase size of the integer from 4 bit to 6 bit, right? 4 bit to 6 bit they increases 4 bits and is 4 bit to 8 bit, 4 to 8 bit. Mm, where my knowledge far as go, I thought about that. It becomes a long. So it's a very easy to solve questions because it's and is a length array length. This is a function starting max product. They are calling as a max product function. There is a return statement long int from replacing it int as a long int it increases size long as a into I'm not able to only call it what's name we call it. I cannot what to call, but it increases size of the int character. Int data types it increases size. So into array length and variable it can store the length of array. And long result it store the result overall the product max product of the arrays where it contains. If we take a for loop because they are solving with one nested loop, so there is a one for loop and there is a one for loop. There is again a one for loop. Then it's complexity and square because within one for loop. If one for loop, then it is not within a for loop. If there is a putting as a for loop, but it is within a for loop, so it's the complexity and square. This for uh, is outside from this for loop, so its time complexity is 2n, but there is a in time complexity rule that time complexity becomes n. Two constant is removed from the time complexity means com means constant means coefficient, just simple iterate array where we take as a long as a null equal to 1. Null is also variable, right? Null is also variable. I take as a 1 for multiplying, because if we take as 0 we can have 0, nothing is escaping. In add we take as 0, but in multiply we take as a 1.